Today, we are going to look at play in the pre-K classroom. We want to specifically look at play-based learning. We all know that play is an essential part of learning. We know that our students that are engaged in the classroom, in the learning centers, are learning across all domains. What are we learning as we play? Play supports the development of language, self-control, social emotional learning, math, literacy, and more. And I've always been reminded that play gives children a chance to practice what they are learning. We need to make time to play. That's a definite. But how do we make the most out of our playtime? Here are some suggestions. Students learn best when they are active and engaged. They learn best when they are allowed to make choices. Students learn best when they are invited to participate in meaningful experiences with significant information and materials. The students that are socially interactive because they do like to play and learn with their peers and teacher. Think about this for a minute, just for a minute. Children need the freedom and time to play. Play is not a luxury, it is a necessity. I want you to look at this. We are going to watch a video, and it is a video on the students' thoughts on play. It's from the Opal School. Children on play and learning. And as we are watching it, I want us to really focus on this quote and see how it applies to this video. Children learn as they play. Most importantly, in play, children learn how to learn. Listen to how these children express how they are learning how to learn.
Is inspired by what I'm doing.
When I play, my dreams of flying and stuff sort of come true.
When I play, I sort of get to know myself better.
Like when you're learning, your brain kind of goes bop, 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 because you keep on thinking more ideas. It's kind of like when you're learning, you start connecting to different things that you might want to do. Like you might want to research that thing or tell other people about it, kind of spread the news.
You're engaged in the conversation that's happening.
Sometimes when you're really excited that you're going to get to learn about this one thing that you really want to be learning to, I guess your brain goes into like a state of shock. You're like, yes, finally, I've been waiting for this all year, and you're just so excited that you don't care what you're doing during outdoor break or lunch. You're just like, oh yay, math is coming, science is coming, history is coming. Yes, I can't wait.
Your brain sort of clicks into a mode where it's only you and your work, and now and again a friend or a teacher. You just want to keep going until you're done, and then you want more.
The wonder of learning can be like so many different things. It can be a light that goes off in your head making you get it, or it can be the click mode where your brain gets it. It can be questions that you have or the excitement for when you're going to learn something else.
Oh, it's kind of like the wonderful of learning. Like how wonderful it is to learn different things, or is it like when you're wondering about what you're learning? It's kind of like an excitement and a question, but there again, you can't wait to do it, but you still have a question mark on the other side.
Oh, I get it.
It's sort of like all the things we said put together in a kapow and like summed up with everything you just learned and lighting up in your brain, putting light on something else, and it finally makes sense.
The wonder of learning is like a big puzzle trying to put each little thing that you learn into a big picture.
Well, I like to play to learn, and when I'm playing, I don't want to stop.
Playing is learning.
The wonder of learning is having fun.
Play experiences that are initiated by both child and adult. And we have play experiences that are directed by either the child or the adult. At the top, we have the word child initiated. So child initiated meets up with child directed. When they intersect, we have free play. And we've all experienced free play in the classroom. Now we take child initiated once again. We come down to the box below where it says co-opted play. And that is directed by the adult. Now you think, what would that look like in the classroom? So you tell the students, okay, friends, we're going to go play. Where would you like to begin your learning today? And they'll go into a center and they'll start playing. And the teacher may notice that, oh, we could make this could be much better. The teacher goes over and said, I think you should try doing it this way. Here, let me show you how I'm going to cut the paper. And that is directed by the teacher. So let's go over back up to initiated by. And this time we're going to look at the adult side. It's initiated by the adult and it's directed by the child. So the child is taking the lead, but the teacher or the adult initiated it. That's called guided play. That's when the teacher is supporting the students by questioning, providing materials, and supporting the children as they lead the way. Student-driven play experience. Now we're going to, once again, initiated by the adult, we're going to come down to the box below, and we can see that it is initiated by the adult, and it is directed by the adult. That is direct instruction, and we have seen that. In the classroom, you have moments where the teacher is direct instruction. They have called students to their table. They have asked the students to sit. Here are the materials. This is what we're going to do. This is what it will look like. It's sometimes step-by-step instructions, is adult-driven and adult-initiated. And when you look at those scenarios, the co-opted play and the direct instruction play, and you look at the quote below, do we see a lot of creativity in co-opted play or direct instruction play? And the quote is, almost all creativity involves purposeful play. Those are good things to think about as we move along to the next slide. Let's look at a comparison, because what I thought, I'm comparing the two student-directed play experiences. Because our goal is to have playful learning. And in order to have playful learning, you need to have student-driven, student-directed. So the first one is free play. The students' free play is pleasurable and enjoyable. It has no intrinsic goals. There are choices. Free play is spontaneous. It involves active engagement, allows for peer interaction. Free play is all engrossing. It contains elements of make-believe, and it is uninhibited. Here's the other example of playful learning. It's guided play, and we've talked a little bit about it. There is a planned play environment. The adults are there to enhance the students' exploration. The teachers and adults co-play with their students. They offer open-ended materials, and the teacher uses open-ended questions, prompting students to explore materials that the students might not think of using. Okay, now we have our next video. This video is students learning as they play. It's how to get play-based learning. What is play? While we're watching the video, keep in mind the quote below.
In childhood, neurons are forming important connections, and existing connections are strengthened. Children, once viewed as empty vessels, are competent and curious, primed to explore and learn through play. We asked primary teachers, what does play mean to you?
Melting. Do you know what people do when it's it's a squirrel, two squirrels. Where? Over there. I wait here. See them on the ledge?
What's gonna happen afterwards? Yeah, you can throw it in a ravine or a meadow.
So, what is play exactly? Choice allows students to take ownership of their learning. If your students are accustomed to a more structured environment, we'll show how to gradually incorporate student choice into your classroom. Play is fun, and an emotional connection makes for long-lasting learning. Play is process-oriented. Have you ever entered the state of flow, becoming deeply immersed in an activity? Encourage students to enter the zone with satisfying learning opportunities with just enough challenge and large blocks of time to become fully engaged. An intentional play-based curriculum supports a growth mindset and promotes learning across domains. The educational value of play is sometimes underestimated. What are some common misconceptions about play?
We hear this all the time in our children's play area. People ask, where's the science?
What does science look like? We ask the internet. Science is more than a body of knowledge or chalk on a blackboard. It's a process. The process of science includes behaviors like sorting and classifying, weighing and measuring, and active experimentation. Science can be playful, and play-based experimentation is research. A quick internet search brings up thousands of picture-perfect craft activities that require little creativity from students. What's wrong with this picture? The educator seems to be doing most of the work. A process-oriented art activity honors students' expression with less emphasis on an attractive finished product.
Giving students choice and ownership over their learning doesn't mean my classroom looks like this.
If we imagine classroom structure on a continuum, a playful classroom is neither didactic or laissez-faire. It's enriched by just the right amount of structure and support. The educator's role may be different, but it is no less active. It may involve setting the environment for play, supporting metacognition, and documenting student learning.
How can we do it? What do you think? You've got 2
In a playful classroom, the educator responds to student curiosity. An inquiry stance is like the mindset of a scientist. The teacher is actively questioning, wondering, and co-learning with their students.
At the big picture. Children need two happenings to have a robust, playful learning experience. They need an environment that allows them to learn rich content through play. And the teachers, they need to support by providing new open-ended materials and questioning techniques to deepen their students' thinking. And that's when I came to this quote and I thought, this is so very important. Play allows children to use their creativity while developing their imagination, dexterity, and physical, cognitive, and emotional strengths. Play is important to healthy brain development. This is what we want for our students. So I want to thank you for joining me, and think about how you will change your playful learning time next year. What will you incorporate that's different from this year? What changes will you make to your play experiences?